Miss Redford, I received your question about Chapter 3. You just kind of wanted a quick overview of it. So I've opened the book here to 3.2. In these tables, they show you really critical in 3.2. The first table is negation. If you have a statement P, it could be either true or false. Then if you can negate it, it means you want to find the opposite of it. So if the original statement's true, then you negate it, it's going to be false. Or if the original statement was false and you negate it, it would be true. And table 3.3 shows you what if you have two statements. Like I'm going to go to the movies is one statement, and maybe another one I'm going to buy some popcorn while at the movies or something. Well, the two statements could both turn out to be true. They both could turn out to be false. One of them could be true and the other false, or vice versa. So if you have two statements, there's four possible cases that could occur. Okay, then we get to conjunction, which means and that's the symbol there for and. It's like the caret symbol. And if you have two statements, P and Q, this is the four possible cases from above that you could have. And if you, in this part, real important here for and, if the two statements are true, the result's true with an and. Otherwise, it's false. An example I might make up is maybe you don't send somebody to the store and you ask them to get a gallon of milk and a loaf of bread. Well, that means you want them to do both. You want them to come home with a gallon of milk and a loaf. So the only way it works out to be true is if they do both. If they only come home with only one of the items, it's false. Or if they come home with neither of the items, it's false. If I go on next, this is for or disjunction. So you got the same possible arrangements, but if or, you see it's a little bit different. It comes out true unless they're both false. So if you send somebody to the store and say, get me a loaf of bread or a gallon of milk, if they do both, you're happy. If they just come home with one of the items, then you're happy. Only one, you're unhappy if they come home with neither item. So these tables are very important, okay, to doing the homework. So if I look at an example now, this is the first example, and they kind of draw it out, and you want to, you got the possible arrangements here, and you want to find P and not Q. So they take it very slowly, one step at a time. Final answer here. So they show you what they do first. First thing they do is just recopy column P. Second thing they do is they just recopy column Q. Then what they do is they do the not Q. So this column is the opposite of the Q column. This one's false since that one's true. This one's true since that one's false. Finally, they come to the final column here, the final answer. Okay, and it's an and. Well, if you remember, the only way and can be true is if both on each side of it's true. So we got a true here, and the others are false because at least one of them on each side is false. So the pink column's the final answer. I'll look at one more example here. Okay, this is another example. Now they don't take quite so long to complete this one. They have more examples in the book. So here's the possible arrangements when you have two statements. And here they just go ahead and they negate P. This column is the opposite of this column. This one's true, so you negate it, it's false. This one's true, you negate it, it's false. This one's false, you negate it, it's true. And the same goes here. This is not Q, and so they just negate it to Q column. Then we're doing an and. Well, the only way and could come out to be true is if on both sides of it it's true. That's this case. All these have at least a false on either side. So that's the final answer. Hope this helps.